All right, everyone, welcome to Out and About. It is Wednesday, November 19th, and I'm out of breath because I just came here on a city bike from freezing fucking cold downtown to the office. It is about 30 degrees here in New York, and I'm not going to lie to you, I'm over it. I'm over the snow, even though we haven't had any. I know it's coming. They say it's going to be the snowiest winter on track. I don't want anything to do with it. I want to go to Florida. I want to go somewhere warm. I might want to go somewhere like Texas, which is where I just was with Za. We'll get into that in a second. But the holidays are right around the corner, and we haven't done any sort of really solo episode since I went solo. It's just been interviews, which has been fun. But I feel like I haven't talked to you guys in a while. I haven't given you just a solid dose of me. So here I am in the flesh. Nude. Imagine if I was nude sitting here. You turn on the camera on YouTube, it's just me naked having a breakdown. That's not going to happen yet, but it could as we get closer to Christmas. You never know. So we're filming a bunch of stuff at the office here today. But just a quick update on what's going on with me. I went to Texas with Za. If you do not know who Za is a little person from Zimbabwe who is arguably one of the most unpredictable drinkers this side of the Mississippi and this side of the Mason-Dixon. I've never seen a human drink the way Za drinks. And it's funny because everyone has that one friend when they have one sip of alcohol, they look at you with just kind of this like, here we go. And that's Za. And it's so funny because when we walk into these bars, I wonder what people must think, like these college kids. We are at Buford's in Austin, Texas. We walk in, there's 3,000 college kids. And then me and Za, they see Barstool Sports is coming, and then you have a 36-year-old faggot and a midget from Zimbabwe walk in, and people are probably a little confused. OGs know who it is. But it's just the hilarity of us together in public. It makes no sense, yet it makes perfect sense. And especially now that it's drinking season, I feel like once the weather gets below 40 degrees, it's okay to drink pretty much any night of the week. Summer, you got to be somewhat productive. You're going on trips, whatever. Spring, things are still happening at work. Dead of winter, yeah. Right now is primo drinking time. From the week before Thanksgiving all the way up to New Year's to Jan 1, this is when you can start boozing and not feeling bad about it. This is primo drinking time, and that's exactly what we did in Austin. Easy flight, semi, went out of LaGuardia, 4:30 in the morning. There was 2 TSA people checking in, probably about 1,000, maybe 1,500 people. I thought I was going to miss my flight. Shout out to the people on the TSA who stuck through this government shutdown bullshit and got it done because it was truly incredible. Connected in Atlanta, landed in Texas. Now, here's the thing about Austin, Texas. Austin gets a lot of shit for being a transplant city. It lacks identity. It's, people are really unsure of what it stands for and what it's about, and that makes sense because you ask someone what Austin's about, they'll say music, hippie scene. You ask other people, they'll say it's about the business. They're there for they're for accounting. They're there to do whatever they have to do to make it in the corporate world. So it all depends on who you ask. It does lack somewhat of an identity, but I will say by the second day, I was kind of hooked on Austin. Like, it's not a scumbag city. Like, a lot of cities just rely on purely going out, purely nightlife, having fun. Everyone sleeps in all day. It was not that. I went out till midnight on Friday. Wasn't a lot of people out. I was like, this is weird. I woke up on Saturday. It might be the healthiest city in America. People are running around, great looking people with their shirts off. And that's just the women. Some men had their shirts off as well. It just felt very young, very clean, very healthy and balanced. Like it was a great Austin. I'm a fan of Austin, to be honest with you. Now, that said, it does lack a little bit of identity. You ask people, what New York is about. It's about money and everyone's an asshole. You ask people what Boston's about. It's about sports and everyone's an asshole. You ask people about Miami. It's partying. You still ask Austin, you're not really sure what it is, but I think they need to adopt health. Health is Austin. which doesn't make sense because the sheer mass of most of the people there is big. But it was a great time. I would recommend going on a trip there. It's affordable. It's warm. There's a lot to do. You can go walk under that bridge and see the bats. That's fun. They got Rainy Street. That's fun. We were there for a college football game, UT Austin versus Georgia, and it was very young. And that's really pretty much all Austin is. It was just boozy and fun and young, and I would highly recommend going to check it out. Now, as far as the holidays go, next week, my dears, is Thanksgiving. I will be putting out an episode solo and then having a couple people from the office come in to talk about things. We're also going to start getting you guys involved with some polls. So check out Instagram. We'll be doing some polls there, answering your questions just like we used to back in the mother and day. And I just want to thank you guys for the support, and I want to tee up this interview that we have with Layla Taylor. If you don't know who Layla Taylor is, she is, I'm going to say, going to be one of the biggest reality stars on television starting this season, starting last week, I think it came out. She's 23 years old or 24. She's from The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. And if you don't watch that show, it is like Housewives, but with drama. People cheating, people sleeping around on their husbands and wives, sleeping with their husbands and wives together. There's church issues, there's infidelity, there's money issues. It is fantastic reality television, and Layla Taylor has been through it all. She's an OG cast member, even though she's only 24 somehow, and she was so great to talk to because she has such good perspective, because for being so young, she's already been married and divorced and has 2 kids, and I feel like her life is just starting, and we talked to her about everything in the show. She spills some major drama about that, and we talked about what the hell she's doing outside the show. Because think about back when you were 24 years old. Did you have any idea what you were doing? No, I didn't either. Now imagine having a camera follow you around as you're going through, divorcing, dating, raising kids. It's insane. It's on Hulu. Check it out. Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. Before we get to our interview with Layla Taylor, let me talk to you about Game Time. We can't wait for all the amazing concerts coming up this winter, but what we don't want to think about is the hassle of buying tickets. We want to focus on the music, not the cost or the stress, and Game Time puts the power back in the fans' of hands. It's your go-to hack for scoring amazing tickets and unforgettable experiences in just a few taps, and it's incredibly easy to use with the Game Time guarantee, which means you can trust you will get 100% authentic tickets on time and at the best price, and the fees are always included, which for me is the best part. So what you see is what you pay. It's not like you go to check out, all of a sudden there's all these fees. No. Game Time is very transparent. They're very trustworthy, and you're going to get great prices. I was looking at tickets for the Jonas Brothers. Yeah, I said it. The Jonas Brothers. Tomorrow. Actually, tonight. $51 at USB Arena. So yeah, make sure you check it out. Take the guesswork out of buying concert tickets with Game Time. Great thing to use for holiday presents. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code OUTANDABOUT for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code OUTNABOUT for $20 off. Swipe, tap, ticket, go. Download the Game Time app today. And I love you all, and I hope you like this interview. So here is, without further ado, Miss Layla Taylor. Enjoy. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited.
You look fabulous.
Thank you so much.
Talk to me about this season. Season 2 ended with a cliffhanger. Yeah. You were confronting someone on your cast over alleged infidelities. Yep. What can we expect? How are we feeling? Tell me everything.
Yeah. So season 3, you'll get answers to those questions and how I left off season 2. It's an intense season. It's drama filled. It's hard for Jesse and Jordan, dealing with that and kind of navigating that within their marriage. There's more outspoken women in this group now. I just feel like this season is like all you can need in reality TV.
Yeah. What do you mean more outspoken?
I just feel like I stepped into myself more in my voice this season, and like I spoke up for once.
Yeah.
Season 1 and season 2, I would kind of just like sit there and was scared, honestly, and I wouldn't say a lot.
You're around an intimidating
Yeah.
group of people.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you were biting your tongue more in season 1 and 2 just because you were trying to find your place,
Yeah.
or was it more an intimidation factor, or more like I don't know what I'm allowed to say, what I'm not allowed to say?
Honestly, kind of everything.
Yeah.
All of the above. I honestly too I was dealing with a lot behind the scenes that they didn't show. I was in the process of a divorce and kind of dealing with that, and you know, being a single mom and navigating that world as well. It was just kind of a lot. So when I would show up to filming and we're talking about like just girl drama, I was like, I don't have the mental capacity right now to like take this on. So I'm just gonna sit there and just like let everyone else like, you know, have their fun. And then like, one day when I'm able to show up more, then like I'll do that. And I feel like also I kind of healed a lot within myself as like a person, and I kind of just have stepped more into like who Layla is, and I feel like that's helped me find my voice as well.
And I think you're young.
Yeah.
Am I allowed to say your age on
Yeah.
here? You're 24, right?
Yeah, I'm a baby.
So you started this show when you were 22.
22.
You married your ex-husband when you were
19.
When you were 19. You have 2 kids, and then you divorced him at like 3 years later or so.
So we got divorced when I was 21.
Like that age is an age where a lot of people find out who they are and step into themselves. And I feel like if you're occupied trying to build this life under the pressures of the Mormon church and under the pressures of, you know, being a mom and who I am, it can be difficult to really find your voice.
Yeah.
Now that your divorce has been settled, do you feel like that is something that is really going to allow you to flourish in your own skin?
Totally. Yeah. I think that, you know, being in that limbo phase where like you're filing paperwork and like there's a lot of like up and downs with like custody and like things like that. There was just a lot of that for 2 years. It took 2 years to finalize my divorce. And
so it was not amicable.
No, it from his end, unfortunately. From mine, I was just like, let's just figure this out for the kids. Like they just need their parents to stop, you know, bickering.
How old are your kids?
3 and 4. So teeny tiny little guys.
How did you guys meet?
Do you know what the app Mutual is?
Mutual?
Yeah, it's like a Mormon dating app.
Okay, got it.
It's like Hinge, but for Mormons.
And then you'd said you had realized early it wasn't, and we don't have to like talk about this too much. I just think it's a big part of your storyline. A lot of people can relate to it and find it interesting.
Yeah.
You said you realized right away it was not
the
marriage for you, but you wanted to make it work for the kids.
Yeah.
What made you realize it wasn't for you?
I think it was just like my gut feeling. Like the day I was driving to like our wedding, we did like a small little ceremony thing on the Salt Flats in Utah because we eloped because we were pregnant before, and we were just trying to, you know, get married very quickly. And I remember driving there and I was sick to my stomach. Like my gut was telling me like this is not the right thing to do. But I think at that point I was so scared of being a single mom. I feel like there's so much like negative connotation around that. Like you're a single mom, you're gonna like be broke, you're not going to be able to like give your kids a good life, like you need to stay in this marriage. And that's also the pressure too within the church, is that like, why are you breaking your family up? And I was just like, well, why would I not marry him? You know, like I'm gonna have his baby, like this is what I have to do now. But I just think I knew deep down like this is not the right move. And yeah, it was.
Did you ever love him?
Alarming. I love him, yeah, and I always will love him. There always will be like a place for him in my heart. But I just think that me and him don't go well together. It's like water and like oil. Like we just don't mix. Like we have a lot of values that like aren't aligned, and just a lot of things like that. Like he wants to be religious, I don't. Like there's so many things I feel like we didn't talk about before we got married that now going into like future relationships is like very crucial for me to talk about. But yeah, I didn't know that those things were important. Like not aligning on things is like actually a really big deal.
Is he Mormon? He's not Mormon.
He is, yeah.
He is Mormon. Mm-hmm. So is that the reason, because you converted, you grew up.
So I grew up in Arizona.
You grew up in Arizona. In religion, were you religious growing up?
Christian,
and then when you were 16, you converted to is it Mormonism or Mormon?
Mormonism.
To Mormonism. Was your decision to do that? Did you feel pressure to do that from your partner if you're with him at the time, or was this just?
I didn't meet him until after. Yeah.
How did you get introduced to the religion?
So basically, just everyone where I grew up was Mormon, and I had a very messy home life. Hopefully, like in future seasons, I'm able to like maybe talk about that more. But I experienced a lot of abuse, and just, you know, I've spent a lot of my childhood avoiding being home, and I would hang out at my friends' houses and spend dinners there, and a lot of them were Mormon, and I was like, okay, everyone seems so happy and they seem like they have their life together, and they all have one thing in common, and that's the church. So I think me being 16 and very naive, I was like, okay, if I convert to the church, then I'm gonna be happy, and I'm gonna get my happy ever after. And like I think it was just like more of like hope, I think, in that point.
Probably provided you comfort,
yeah,
too.
A
it's
lot
like
of
if
comfort.
this, there's comfort in these houses, there's comfort with the religion, that must be the answer.
And I was dealing with a lot of mental health issues and things like that. So I feel like almost it was like a saving grace for me in that point in my life. And it gave me a lot of just hope.
Yeah.
And like, okay, it's going to be okay. So that's why I kind of converted. And I only was really active from like 16 to like maybe 19. And then throughout my marriage, we were like kind of active here and there. But obviously we're having sex before we were married and things like that. So like it wasn't like to the core active, but I tried my best for that little bit, but I think I knew deep down I never fully understood and grasped what being baptized into the church really was. I didn't have any idea. Like when you're getting like lessons, they tell you the bare minimum and that's about it.
Heather Gay from The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City just put out a 3-part docuseries on, I believe it's Bravo, and then you can watch again on Peacock, called Escaping Mormonism, and she called the church homophobic, bigoted, controlling, and abusive. I'm wondering if you had a similar experience, maybe not firsthand, but maybe what you saw in the church, and if you can relate to that at all.
I personally, luckily, have not had any experiences like that. However, the doctrine can't say different. And I think for me personally, I'm very just big on loving everyone and everyone should be accepted for who they are and everything like that. So I think it's hard for me to put my everything into something I don't morally align with.
Right. That was like a Barbara Walters question I just gave you right there. But it's so interesting. I watched it and it's so crazy. You mentioned it too. She talks about pressure, especially within the church, just pressure to be perfect.
Yes.
I think if you're a young person and you already, maybe have some guilt from not being perfect, maybe you got pregnant before the wedding, this and that, that can compound into your everyday life.
Yeah.
Are you still dealing with trauma from being involved in the church and this pressure to feel perfect, or is that something that never really affected you?
No, I think it's pressure that I put on myself, because I didn't necessarily have a mom and a dad that were hey, go to church every Sunday and things like that. I was on my own and I'm the one that was holding myself accountable to those things. But I still feel like in Utah in general there is still that pressure, because everyone there is Mormon, and there's the societal norms that you're supposed to behave a certain way, dress a certain way, not have tattoos, not have your boobs out. There's so many things that I feel like you kind of get judged on.
Yeah.
But I think that's because of the church's heavy, stance in Utah.
Do you think most Mormons are just faking it? In terms of the image and then who they actually are, do you think most people are just faking it, or people actually live up to this impossible standard?
I think there's probably a lot of people faking it. I feel like in Utah too, there's the really bad pressure of keeping up with the Joneses, that you have to constantly just put on a facade that you have it all together and you're perfect. And I think that's honestly probably the reason why I got, baptized when I was 16, is because you think it's perfect on the outside and, you have to fake it. But I think that's honestly one of the reasons why I love our show and love our cast so much, is because we show that we have had upbringings within the church, or maybe we're not active anymore, but we're still real members that have effed up in life, and that's okay, because so many people have similar stories too, and it makes them feel less alone.
I think that's a great thing. And I think one of the points that gets brought up a lot, obviously, with Mormons and housewives and you guys is open marriages and sleeping around. And that's kind of part of what put your guys' show on the map. Is that still going on within the cast?
No, I feel like this cast is, we all have our separate little things that people are working through, but I think honestly it's probably because people get married so fast. And I feel like a lot of people in the church get married to just have sex. And I'm if you're going to do that, just have sex before you get married. And then you'll figure out that you probably don't like that guy.
Right.
You're
I can tell you from experience. Is that really why people get married so young there, you think? It's just because they just want to fuck?
Yeah, no, truly.
That's
not
so
everyone,
crazy.
But I think majority of the people,
Wow.
Because you're not supposed to do that, So it's a rush to do that.
Let me tell you, as a gay man, we could not be further. My people could not be further from that. That's so interesting, though. And I think, are there any, I think your show's done a great job of kind of debunking some of the misconceptions.
Yeah.
But are there any out there that you want to dispel, any common misconceptions about Mormonism? I think your show, even in the past 3 seasons, has gone from a little bit more closed doors, conservative. Even now, it's blown open.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like there's so many things. I feel like people assume that we, will have multiple husbands and things like that. We all wear the garments, this magic underwear and things. I just feel
Wait, what's the magic underwear?
Garments? It's
I don't
the
even know
things
what
that you
is.
wear. underneath your clothes.
Oh, like like bloomers.
In a way, they're like a tank top, and then it's like shorts, and they're supposed to like protect you. Like that's like their purpose is like to protect you. I never got them. You have to like go through the temple in order to get them, and like do your ordinances and all these things.
How much do you have to pay for them?
I don't know actually how much they are. I've never gone through the temple. I've never been, holy enough to go through there.
You never. So
I would go up in flames if I went through the temple.
Have you ever? Did you have to give 10% of your salary to the church?
I have never once paid tithing.
What's it called?
Tithing.
Tithing.
Yeah. Tithing.
I can't even say it. I'm like
Tithing. Yeah.
Eileen.
Yeah.
That's so interesting.
Yeah. Well, you're supposed to in order to have like a temple recommend and keep it active, which is like to go through the temple and things like that and do anything there, you have to pay tithing. And I've always felt icky about giving money to a multi-billion-dollar
because it's like,
church.
where does it go?
I don't know.
That's where I think I would draw the line. I'd be like 10%. I was like, that's we pay a lot of taxes here in New York, but that another 10%.
I know.
I'm screwed. Are your kids involved in shooting at all?
No.
Are you gonna get them involved?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think that's the one thing that me and their dad actually agree on is that, yes, I'm so proud of my job and I'm proud of this world that I'm a part of and I'm able to share amazing things. However, my kids are just tiny little babies. They don't understand the gravity of me posting on social media and like that if they're on this show, like people that could be watching it and what they're doing to watching it. You know what I mean? I just like, it's so icky and I don't even want to think about it. But like, I would never judge a mom if she posts her kids. Like, that's great. I just think for me personally, I've seen too many scary things and I just don't want to take any chances.
So you're not doing mom talk is what we're getting at.
No, I think you can still, I think that's honestly the purpose of mom talk is that we are mothers, but we have an identity outside of being moms.
Yeah.
Because that's still my proudest title that I have over everything in the world. Being a mom is the thing that I'm so proud of, and I think that's why I'm so protective over my babies.
And you're such a young mom too.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool because you'll be like the cool young mom.
Oh my gosh, yeah, the young hot mom that like
you'll be the hot mom.
My kids get bullied for it.
Yeah, that's what you're hoping for.
No, not bullied, but like maybe like made fun of.
Yeah, that's so funny. Yeah, it's All right, guys, we're taking a quick break from our interview with Leila Taylor to talk to you about BetterHelp. This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. Shorter days do not have to be so dismal. It's time to reach out and check in with those you care about and to remind ourselves that we are not alone. And as seasons change and days grow darker sooner, it can be a tough time for many, myself included. So this November, BetterHelp is encouraging everyone to reach out, check in on your friends. The holidays can be extra tough. So reconnect with those loved ones and remind people in your life that you're there for them. And just as it can take a little courage to send that message or grab a coffee with someone you haven't seen in a while, reaching out for therapy can also feel difficult, but I promise you it's worth it. I've done it here at Barstool. BetterHelp is a benefit that we have through our health insurance, and it's helped me as well as other people here tremendously, but it can be scary to start, and all you just need to do is take that first step, and trust me, you'll be happy you did. You just fill out a short questionnaire. It identifies your needs and your preferences, and they have most of their the company itself has 12 plus years of experience in the industry, and so they have leading match fulfillment rate, which means you typically get matched with someone right the first time, but if you don't, it's super easy to change. You just switch your therapist based on your recs, and you can switch at any time. You don't even have to tell them. So you should not be stressed out about that. BetterHelp is there to help you feel less stressed, less alone, and more in control this holiday season. So this month, don't wait to reach out. Whether you're checking in on a friend or reaching out to a therapist yourself, BetterHelp makes it easier to take that first step. And right now, my listeners get 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/outandabout. That's betterhelp.com/outandabout. Now back to our interview with Leila Taylor. One of your castmates is now the Bachelorette.
Yes,
we talked a little bit about this before. Is that something you would be interested in doing?
I'm currently in a relationship.
You are?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I mean, if this doesn't pan out, then like I wouldn't say no to it. However, it looks freaking hard and like mentally taxing, and I just feel like Taylor's probably very tired, but the potential of her finding like love, I'm so excited for her.
Yeah.
I don't know. It would be a very game time decision. I feel like if I ever were to do something like that, but I mean, never say never.
Right. Is the person you're dating now involved in shooting?
Yeah.
And so they're cool with everything, and
it's
never a point of contention within you guys, like, what are these cameras doing here?
No, he honestly was very open to it. Like the first time, so I've known him now for like 2 years, and the first time I met him was like a while ago, and the first time that I saw him again after those like 2 years was something that was filmed. He came to my birthday party.
Okay.
So like he already knew that the cameras were going to be there, and that's kind of how we like rekindled and like started talking again. So he's known from the start. I feel like if he didn't like it, he wouldn't have came.
Who made the first move?
Him, yeah.
Of course, you're like, of course, him. Obviously not me.
I would never make the first move.
Hello,
I know.
Not making the first.
I'm sorry, I would never.
Who are you closest with on the cast? I'm peppering you with questions.
Oh, I love it, Miranda.
Yeah. Who are you least close with on the cast?
Demi.
Who do you like the least on the cast?
Demi.
And that's just because.
She's done some pretty messed up things, honestly, that I wouldn't consider like a friend to do. You know what I mean? Like a friend wouldn't do that to somebody.
Like what?
I mean, this comes out after season 3, right?
Yeah, but we have to.
Oh yeah.
We could dance around.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah.
She just kind of puts her nose in places it doesn't belong. I'll just say that. I feel like she crosses lines a lot, and she just says some hurtful shit, and it's just like not okay. And I feel like for a long time with Demi, even if you look back at like season 1 with Demi's behavior, I feel like for a long time everyone excused it because she does it in a really funny way. You're like, oh, like this is funny, like this is laughable. But now watching back like the previous seasons, I'm like, oh my gosh, she's always been like this. We just almost kind of turned a blind eye to it for a really long time. So I feel like we're finally starting to like realize that like these patterns have always been here, just they were kind of in a different way.
Do you think the majority of your castmates would agree with that?
No, I think 100%. Yeah. I think everyone's kind of in the same place with her right now.
Everyone's kind of realizing who they are.
Yeah.
It's like when someone shows you who they are, believe them.
Yeah. No, exactly.
Very interesting. So going forward, you're not involved with the church anymore at all.
No.
And you don't see yourself going back to the church.
No, I honestly, any type of organized religion is very hard for me. I feel like I would say that I'm more spiritual at this point. Like I think that there's a higher power. I don't know. I think there's probably some reason behind all of this, but there also could not be. And I just feel like I'm just right now just existing, you know, doing my best as a human and just trying to be a good person. I think that's all that matters.
You've been through a lot too. Like you're 20, I feel like an old man. You're like 24 years old and you've been through all this shit. It's like, my God.
I feel like I've lived like 1,000 lives in my 24 years.
Seriously.
Yeah.
That's so crazy.
I know.
It's, I don't know. It's just, do you feel like the religion is predatory? I mean, this is not like an anti-Mormon thing at all, but predatory in the sense that you said you had a difficult upbringing, and that kind of security and that maybe facade of everything being perfect and whatever. Do you think people who have an upbringing like you are drawn to the religion for that?
I think that's why they maybe serve missions in a lot of, you know, countries and areas that people aren't doing good. Because I think it's the same thing. Like you're giving people hope, maybe not false hope, but you're giving them a possibility of a better life by giving them like some. Yeah, I don't know.
Is the point of the mission, like you say, you serve it in like less like areas that aren't doing well, whatever. Is the point of the mission to get people to join?
Yeah. So,
or is it to like build? In my mind, for some reason, I'm thinking like Habitat for Humanity.
Yeah. No.
Just because I don't know anything about it, it's like you go somewhere, you build a house, you do your charity, whatever. But the point is to just spread the word.
Yeah. So that's the point of a mission: is you're spreading the gospel.
Okay.
Is what they say. And I mean, you do like service things when you're on your. You still do good. I feel like I want to make sure that it's like known that I'm not completely dogging the church. Like there's good things that the church does.
Yeah, yes. For sure. And I want to make that clear on my end as well. We are not dogging the church. I just think it's one of these things where people have a lot of opinions and maybe not all the information. So it's good to like get straight from the horse's mouth. Yeah.
But you typically, if you're a woman, you serve an 18-month mission, man 2 years. And you just go and you preach the gospel to people and like wherever you're called to serve. So like you could go to, my boyfriend went to Atlanta, Georgia. You could go there. You could go
that's
to.
Not bad. Hotlanta.
I know. That would be kind of fun.
Like going out in Buckhead,
Mexico,
right?
You go like anywhere. But yeah, sometimes you can go to people or go to areas where it's very like poverty struck and like things like that.
Like other countries.
Yeah.
And do you have to like? How do you? It's not like a sign on the dotted line thing, but if you're trying to convert someone and you're on a mission, you're knocking door to door, you're doing whatever you do, and then if someone says, "I'm interested," what is then the process to get them to sign up?
So you do missionary lessons. So that's what I did. So when I first was like, hey, I'm interested in learning more about the church, you do missionary lessons. I can't remember if it was 8 to 10. It's some amount. It's something between that. And they come to your house every day.
Guys or girls? It's male or female, or is it based on?
It can be either. Sisters can teach you as well. I had two like elders, that's what they're called, teaching me. But you have to have like a man present in the house. Like there's like a lot of like rules that they have like around it. But
a lot of pressure.
Yeah, a lot of pressure. But yeah, so they came and taught me my lessons, and then at the end you decide if you want to get baptized or not, and then you do have to get signed off on it. You have to like sign. So if you're under the age of 18, you have to have one parent legally sign off on it. My dad was not for it at all.
He wasn't at all?
No.
Are you still close with your family?
No.
Not really?
No, not really.
Was that difficult for them when you decided to...
Yeah, I hid it from my dad for like 2 years.
You hid it for 2
Yeah.
years? How is that possible?
I would like sneak out of the house on Sundays and be like, oh, I'm going to go study at my friend's house, but I'd be going to church. And I would like sneak
Wow.
my church dress into like my backpack and then sneak to church.
You must have felt like a badass.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think it's like so funny to look back on. Like there's kids that probably snuck out of their house to like go do like bad things. I'm like, I'm going to church.
Yeah, I was just going to say
Which-
that. You're not like going out drinking. You're going
Yeah.
to do like the most wholesome
I
thing
know.
in the world.
I know. Or going in and doing baptisms for the dead at the temple. So
What's a baptism for the dead?
So basically, when you get your temple recommend, I forgot what age you can start it at, but you can go and you get like a list of names and they baptize you for those people that passed away. So then they have access to heaven.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
I'm learning so much. This is really like fascinating
I
to
know.
me. And I think
It's
it is
crazy.
good too to highlight like with everything, with all bad, there's a little bit of good.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying it's all bad or whatever,
Yeah.
but it's so interesting. Do
know.
you regret joining the church?
No, I feel like honestly, if it wasn't for the church, I honestly don't think I'd still be here right now. I think it really, really brought me out of a really dark time in my life. Every day was a fight for my life. So I feel like it gave me a lot of purpose when I needed it the most.
Yeah.
And I never will regret it. I don't think I would have moved to Utah too if it wasn't for the church. And I wouldn't have like taken on that.
It's insane. The drums outside right now. I'm sorry. It's
I'm
like,
sorry, what is that?
Yeah, it's 7th Avenue is what it is. It's there's nothing we can do. They're just gonna march right up the street, like the most heartfelt dancer. We're like,
Wait, that is
Yeah.
hilarious. What?
crazy.
Oh my God. Wow.
Is it like a thing?
It's different every day. Who fucking knows? What?
Some days
Yeah.
online.
It's crazy. But you're
Love.
saying you don't regret it.
No, yeah,
And
I don't
feel like
regret
you don't have some people when they leave the church have like an anger and hostility towards
Yeah.
it. I feel like you don't have. Maybe you just weren't in long enough.
No, that's the thing. I don't think I was invested long enough. I don't have enough like trauma around
Yeah.
it. I feel like there's probably different, stories from other people that have probably experienced like worse. And again, like I was on my own when I was like doing it. So like I don't have like the parent part of like my parents possibly like forcing me to be a part of it and things like that. Like I was just doing it solo. So yeah, I don't have a lot of traumatic experiences because I honestly just don't feel like I truly full-heartedly was putting my all into it,
Yeah.
I was there just to kind of like feel less alone, and that's what it helped me do. So
Yeah, it's a Band-Aid.
yeah, exactly. It was a big
You've seemed
Band-Aid.
very balanced for
Really?
someone who's been through all
Oh my
this. You seem
gosh.
very balanced and like
It's taken a
poised.
lot to get to here. I'm gonna be
Yeah.
honest, but yeah.
It feels like you lived 1,000
Oh
lives.
my gosh, yeah.
So what's next for you? Where are we at? This show we're hoping
Yeah.
goes on forever. It gets
Yeah.
signed and signed and signed.
I would love that. Yeah.
But if it doesn't, we're thinking Bachelorette. If this doesn't work out, is not something we're considering now. I mean,
Yeah.
Dancing with the Stars. We've
I would
seen.
do that easily. Yeah.
I feel like you would crush on Dancing with the
I would love
Stars.
to do that show. Yeah.
I mean, what else are we doing? What's the future?
I don't know. I'm trying to take up modeling. That's
Oh,
like-
you walked 5 shows in
Yeah.
Miami,
Yeah.
Miami
Swim
Swimsuit
Week.
Week. Yeah,
Yeah.
Miami Swim Week.
Yeah. So I would love to take that more seriously. Like I'd love to sign with an agency, get bigger bookings and things like that. It's a very mentally taxing career path to go down, and I've dealt with eating disorder and like those type of things. So it's definitely going to be that would be a challenge to take on, but it's something I've always dreamed of. So we'll see. But I don't know. I just feel like just taking it day by day. I'm enjoying the ride right now.
Would you ever move to New York or Los
Oh my God.
Angeles to do to pursue modeling more
I would
seriously?
love to move to New York.
Would you?
Oh my gosh, it's like my dream to move here.
What raising kids in New York? That's
I know,
tough.
that's the
move to
thing.
New York if it's your dream. Get your ass
I
to New
know,
York. What are
that's
we
the
doing?
thing.
I'll help you
Custody
find
is
an apartment.
hard. With my ex, I don't know if I could like figure out a custody arrangement that would be fair,
Yeah.
because that's the one thing. My ex was awful husband. However, he is a damn good dad, and I would never take him away from the kids. So
He's close to you in Utah.
yeah, we live like 15 minutes away from each other. So
Oh, that's great for the
yeah,
kids.
no, it's
then.
amazing for the kids. So yeah, I would love to move somewhere else. Obviously, I feel like that would be a dream for me, but until they're at an age that like I could get them on planes back and forth or something like that, right now it's just not really in the cards.
Yeah.
But
No, I think that would be great for you to move to like New York or
Yeah.
LA or something.
it would be so fun.
You're young. You
Yeah.
got all the time in the world.
I know.
Sign
Why
with
not?
sign with an agency.
Why not?
How exciting.
Yeah. We'll
That's
see
great.
though. TBD.
Awesome. Well, season 3 of Secret Lives of Mormon Wives comes out on Hulu. It's out now, so make sure you check it out. This can be a very big season for you. It's not only wildly entertaining, it seems there's a lot of substance to it, and I
Yeah.
think they deal with a lot of serious issues. You talk about a lot in your past, which I think can help a lot of people with things that they're going through, because I
agree.
think people aren't vocal
Yeah.
about problems that maybe other people around them have.
Exactly.
So I just want to say I wish you nothing but the best.
Thank
I'm
you.
so happy you're here. I'm going to be watching.
Thank you.
And that's it. Anything final to add? I'm sure everyone already follows you on social media.
Yeah. No, thank you for having me. This was amazing.
Of course. Thank you so much. See you guys next week.